Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Coming right into our warm up. Today's Arnold's Pump Club upper body workout. So we're going to get some bench press in, some other fun lifts that are traditional power, upper body, and you'll see always complementing push with pull. It's definitely the right way to go as we follow Arnold's guidance. You might wonder, why is the warm-up starting with lower body stuff if we're doing an upper body lift? But I think it speaks to how the whole body is interconnected. So loosening up my legs, stretching them out, getting my core warmed up, it's all going to add to my preparedness for the upper body lifts. I'm also proud to say my triceps are still sore from my crazy weekend lift, which will make today more challenging, but it makes it even more necessary to work through that lingering soreness. Like this child's pose, crawling my fingers forward, I can feel it in my chest, my shoulders, my triceps. So when we're sore and we lift through it, we're going to really build strength. But what we're also going to do is focus on form, not go for heavy weight like we did on Friday, to make sure that we don't compromise the effectiveness of our movements. I want to make sure we're keeping our form perfect after getting a little aggressive last time. What's up, Florida Nightmare? Now this is a great stretch before bench press every time. The pretzel, getting that lower back. Down dog, extended plank, vinyasana, up dog. Extended plank. Just gonna step our leg through. Not gonna do a ton of the knee to elbow stuff because I need to preserve my shoulders for the lifts coming up. I need to preserve my traps for the lifts coming up. But these twists are still freaking critical to get that back stretch and warm. Back on our feet. Come on, Jenks, focus, buddy. That was a total lapse of focus. That's why my balance just collapsed. You have to stay locked in. Okay, so we're going to take a slightly different approach today to our upper body workout because I did wake up early. I'm going to risk more people potentially coming in the gym in the next 5-10 minutes, but we'll be able to work through it either way. And what we're going to do is start by doing a set of light cross cables just to slightly warm up the chest and shoulders. Then we're going to hop on the treadmill. We're going to do a very light, short mile to get a little bit of a sweat broken. And then we're going to get into our real lifting. By real lifting, I mean, some bench press, some actual weight. But we're just doing 30 pounds here. Very, very light. Completely focused on form. And what you'll notice is we're first going to stay up high to warm up the upper part of our pecs right here. Turn our hands at the flex point, but don't quite touch them together. My camera's not lined up straight, so I look like I'm crooked, but it's really the camera. Notice how I'm under control coming back. Inhale, exhale. So we don't want to burn ourselves out at all, but we want to activate the muscles that we're going to be challenging a bit. Step back. Now straight down. This is going to work the lower part of our chest. The last two things before we run. One little set of air squats. Tomorrow we'll be doing lower body. Good to keep it active, good to keep it warmed up. See how Frank feels today. Had 100 fever yesterday. And I'll tell you guys, for all the progress Frank's made physically, what people don't really see is the incredible progress he's made mentally. Where when I first met him, his social awareness, even effort, care, was really low. And days like yesterday, in the old days when I would call him, literally, 2 years ago, he had a sinus infection. He demanded I come to his place, which I did, and then tried to go to the Nutley Day Parade, and the organizer sent him home because he looked like he was about to die. Whereas yesterday, when I called him and said, "Hey, Frank, if you got a fever, I really don't want you to come in because I don't want to get sick." And he said, Jenks, I was thinking the same thing. I'll just walk here at home. I'll keep the streak going. Hopefully I'll feel better tomorrow. I didn't have to get into a whole fucking fight with him about it. It was so nice. All right, the little ones in life, guys, the little ones. We're going to do 5 pull-ups and then run. So again, we're just going to do a nice, easy, mild jog, which will be followed by some fun lifts. And by fun, you guys might think I'm nuts, but I literally, anytime it's a bench press day, and you're benching because Arnold told you to bench, that's a fun day to me. of this maybe at a early spring Mets game, City Field with Frank. Probably did this at least 5 times. Going to games, convinced I was dressed warmly enough, only to feel my feebleness kick in, turn to Frank mid-game and say, I need to go to the gift shop. And buy a hoodie or a hoodie and a hat and gloves. Unfortunately, I'm basically paying half of Soto's contract with all the damn hoodies and gloves. We're about halfway through our little warm-up jog, and we're going to hit the bench press. Serious Chicago Bulls just came on. Say, yeah, shit's about to get really real. So we're going to do bench press, which is a push. We're going to do one-arm rows, which is a pull. We're going to do a shoulder press, which is a push. We're going to do lateral raises, which is a pull. We're going to do dumbbell curls, which is a pull. We're going to do tricep pull downs, which is a push. Even though it has the name pull down, but we're going to push down. And then we're going to end with some cross tables. So really working that upper shelf, working our chest, our traps, our shoulders. And again, all of the workouts you're seeing post-New Year are literally written by 7-time Mr. Olympia Arnold Schwarzenegger. So we've graduated from the school of Jenks is in good enough shape where he can do whatever he wants. To let's get back to challenging himself. Let's get back to trying new stuff. Let's go back to being a beginner, the new guy, with a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of fear, to feel truly challenged again in the gym. Which again, when you don't have a spotter, you're not part of a sports team, 36-year-old single dude, you gotta light your own fires. This one I got as lucky as a human can get in that I actually got to meet Arnold. I actually got to lift weights with Arnold. I got to actually watch him at 78 years old do more weight than a lot of people, even in their 20s, can't do with perfect form. I want to talk about being inspired. The other thing is when you're a gym person, there's a lot of misconceptions, a lot of toxicity online, a lot of angry, negative people. Then you go meet Arnold. Obviously, I never really give a shit about the haters because I keep doing what I do. But it's just made me feel even more validation of what most successful people are never afraid of being weird, being different, embracing their inner unique. What they fear is being like everybody else. And that's something I don't ever need to fear, because I'm a weirdo. But in the best ways, I think. Honestly. So if you're out there and you're just not part of the normal crowd, so to speak, that's okay. It's more than okay. There are more of those than that in this world. Today it's 3 sets of everything. Keep it very simple for us today. Hello, reps. That's how detailed this is. You get multiple options per workout. And your sets laid out, your reps laid out. So we're going to do 10, 10, 8s. Almost done with our warm-up jog and the slightest little sweat breaking in, despite my gym being about 15 degrees. It's like a playoff game at Lambeau in here. I wonder if any sports team's ever done that before a big game in the cold. I know they'll practice in the cold. I wonder if they were going and just work out in the cold to try to get used to activating all of their explosiveness, but in the freezing cold. I wonder if there's any merit to that, or if you just get the whole team sick. Probably the latter. Frank's fever, his lifting schedule this month is Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. So I believe what we're going to do is just pick right up Wednesday. Because again, the hardest thing with Frankie is rest. He doesn't know how to turn it off. Same with me. And I told him, you know, he's seen it. He's seen me get very, very sick. The second I start to feel a little better, I go to the gym. And then I get an extra day or two of still feeling shitty, rather than just letting myself fully recover. However, the walking streak is a different animal, where that's every day. That's been years. And I'm pretty sure Frank would die walking, trying to walk, before he just willingly let that streak go. I mean, I saw him do a day and fucking crushes. I saw him show up at a parade where he got sent home when he was supposed to be in the parade. He took one look at him when he rolled his window down. Frank, you don't look so good, buddy. Say what you want about the guy, but he's got the work ethic, and he's got a very high, ironically, very high pain tolerance. Very low annoyance tolerance, very high pain tolerance. You're so shook. All right. You know what? I want this thing. Sometimes, as weightlifters, we'll be so lazy while actually working really hard. We won't do what I just did, which is switch the bench so it's set up so you're most comfortable, and then have a shitty set because you didn't set the bench up correctly. Better to take your time, set it up how you want it. All right, this is 135 for the first set. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Veronica. Good morning, Dave. Good morning, Ethan. Good morning, Florida Nightmare again. All right. Really feeling it in my triceps. Woo-wee! I'm going to try to go for a little bit of a wider grip here. the tricep workouts today might kill me. But we'll see. It might kill me though. Let me go to this angle just so you guys can see how I get it down to my chest. Yeah. Some of the common mistakes you'll see with bench, people don't go down all the way. They don't touch their chest. They don't come up all the way. They don't do full reps. Just like with pull-ups, you'll see people do like this bullshit. It's much better to do a couple reps properly or do several reps correctly with the right form than just arbitrarily trying to do weight that you're not really comfortable with. When again, nobody cares how much you lift. I could bench 415 pounds right now. No one's gonna care. And sorry, I can't actually do that, but I'm saying if I could. In case you thought I could bench 415. All right, here we go. Down to the chest, up under control, down under control, up under control. Breathing up. Another 10, really feeling it in my left tricep more than anything else. Got one more set. We're going to try to get over 10, even though the workout calls for 8. I would normally put more weight on, but I don't have a spotter, so I want to be smart about it. Rather than go up in weight, I'm just going to go up in reps for a strong last set. Thanks for the repost, AA Ron. Always appreciate any reposts. And again, guys, Thursday night, tentatively, the night after tomorrow, will be the premiere Thursday night yoga with a special guest who might present themselves in the next day or two. It's not Frank, it's not Stu, it's not Mincy. It's not someone you necessarily expect. All right, here we go. Last set. Inching my hands out for a wider grip. Come on, Jack, stop hitting the perch. Fucking Christ. Nice. I think I still got 15 there. Now my problem was my bench is clearly over this way a little. So it was my dumbbell. I mean my barbell. I mean my plate. Jesus Christ. I kept hitting the perch on the way up. You can see this thing comes out a good couple inches because it's also a squat rack, which means when you lift off, you need to be scooted up on the bench a little. It's a little bit dangerous. So when you're lifting off, you're like here, and then you need to come forward and then bench so that you're not hitting the thing on the way up. It's another thing that should make us cautious about doing heavy weight when we don't have a spotter, is when you have to lift off of a perch that's not totally vertical, but really diagonally behind us, because you're putting some extra pressure there on your shoulders in a bit of an unnatural spot. All right. Enough jibber jabber. Back to work. Second workout is our one arm dumbbell row. The perfect complement to what we just did, which was obviously pushing on the bench press. So I'm going to arch my back, feel like the other view might be better, but you guys can see. This is how I have my back set up. Meaning all the work's coming from my left arm, my left traps. After I explode up, I make sure I come down under control. This is one where I'm going to flex on the last strap. Let's not take breaks in between sides. So going right into our right side. This is another one where I like doing lightweight because this was very much out of my workout routine the last couple of years. I was doing a little bit with bands, but not with dumbbells like this. So really focused on the form and really feeling the burn, even with the lightweight, especially after the bench. 2 more. And hold. All right, we got 2 more sets both ways. When the dealing's done, you got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run, never count your money. Here we go. Hold. I love this song, Glycerine. What happened to bands like that? I'm sinking in, must be for real, 'cause now I can feel that night in mine. It's not my kind, it's not my time to wonder why everything alright and everything's great. Now you're here, now you're away. I don't want this, remember that. I'll never forget where you're at. Don't let the days go by. All right. 1 set left. You're going to really feel this from your triceps up into your traps. If you keep that back arched, you should feel nothing in your lower back. There should be no sense of like you're bending over to pick something up that's heavy. It should be that your base is rock solid in the middle, you're arched, and all the work is in this, in the going back in the row, like you're rowing a boat. That's why these are called rows. I guess rowing a boat, I don't know. I haven't rowed a lot of boats. You guys know what I mean, no? Let's go, 3rd set. Life's too short to be tired. It's just too short. Let's get after it. I'm trying to get a trip to Florida in a couple weeks with Frankie boy. That would include a couple great walks and some nice sun, some beach content. Shout out Coach Hodge and USF. Also, working with Mikey Betts very closely to try to get Frankie boy out for Super Bowl week to get a whole swath of good walks. I think swath is a word, like a big group. I don't know. And hold on to it. So the 2 things I really enjoyed in that was, 1, the way I had this set up. I wasn't going back and forth like a dumbass like I did the first time. So I could very smoothly go from one arm to the other and really make it feel like one big set rather than taking breaks in between 6 sets. I took breaks in between 3 sets. And the other thing was really being cognizant of the hold on the last rep. As I do lighter weight, I was just 20 pounds. I could obviously lift more, but I want to get that motion perfect. I want to really feel the control in the weight. I can go up 30, 40, 50 anytime. But there's no reason to start there. It's just short-sighted. Okay, next exercise. Shoulder press. Now, I know sometimes it says standing, and this time it doesn't, which means I think this should be sitting. I won't put the back up, so all the pressure stays on me. All right. What should we start with? 20s? It's one of Arnold's favorite exercises he was famous for, except he did slightly more weight than me. So straight up, back is arched. In fact, this could be a good view. See how I'm isolating all the weight into my shoulders, my traps. No movement in my back, on the lower back, I should say. And really controlling the weight both up and down. All the way up, all the way down. Getting a full stretch, getting a full burn. These lifts complement each other like spaghetti and meatball. 2 more. 1, 2. Woo! Just 20 pounds, baby. And you really feel it. Form over everything. Always. Now, what I'm going to do to have a little bit of fun, at least Jen's fun, is I just did my presses with my grip like this. You'll normally see it too on a military press machine. You can grip it like this. You can grip it like this. I'm sure certain people will say one's better than the other. When the reality is, just like when we're doing variant curls, it's not that regular hammer or reverse is better than the other. It's that they work different parts of the muscle groups. So let's switch it up this time. So again, our first set, we were here. Now we're going to just turn our hands and go here for 10. Back staying totally straight, under control. Staying wide when we come down. Two more. Last one slow. That was a cool sound. 2 sets. 1 set left. The next exercise is going to be a real BITCH as we're doing lat raises. And I think I'm going to be a sicko and do them seated, unless it says standing. Let me get this set first done. This set done first. I think when I'm really tired and I start getting out of breath, I get a little dyslexic. I'll start flipping words around. It's wild. All right, 10 more. Come on, bitch. Under control. I can't believe I have this whole gym to myself. I guess, yeah, the New Year's resolution crowd isn't really here. They didn't come this year. They didn't get the memo. So it's a huge opportunity, guys.
I'm sure there's people out there that have thought, I'll start the second week of January because the first week it's so crowded. I'm telling you, I know this is not a public crowded gym, but I live in a older New York building that's not like really, greatly maintained, but they redid this gym recently, like a year ago. So it's very small, but it's got everything. My point being, you don't need to go to another gym when you have this. And I don't even know how many apartment units. I'm the only one in here. It's just crazy. From Vietnam? Do I know you? Been looking for. That's awesome. Vietnam. You got somebody from Vietnam. Sean. Do I know you, Sean? I feel like you played lacrosse for me. I used to be a lacrosse coach, guys. All right, sitting lat raises. I'm only using 5 pounds. 5 pounds. And this is another Arnold classic. Sean, I see you responded, but I can't read it from this distance. I'll check in 1 second. We're going nice and slowly, up and down, but really under control. You'll see guys do big weight on this and totally compromise form instead of doing lightweight like this. And totally locking into perfect form under control. This motion is tiring with no weight. It's more than 10, but we're going to do one more and hold. When I say bad form, what you'll see a lot in the gym is people do this shit. And they're basically putting their whole fucking body into it. You're hardly working the targeted muscles at all. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Aussie, 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 Aussie! This is fucking the greatest day ever. What's up, guys? We got an international chat today. I mean, this is what the world needs. This is what, is the truth. People are people. People rule. People that aren't solely seeking power are by nature good. And if we all stick together, we don't need to overthrow governments. We just need to take care of each other. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! 10 we hold. Might have been 11. This burns, baby. This burns. I'm so fired up that we got people on 3 continents watching this. Yeah, that's right. Australia is a country and a continent because they're bad mother. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate you, mate. You got to tell me when you're in here, Mr. Doherty, when we got Aussies in the chat. Sean, no, been a follower for a while. You're in the Peace Corps. My mother was in the Peace Corps. My mother in the 1970s lived in Senegal and spoke some of the native tribal language Wolof and lived on the beach. So when I moved to Florence, Italy, by happenstance, the bouncers at the clubs were all Senegalese. And one of my first nights, I got into quite a big argument with one of them, very large man. And he walked me down an alley, and the whole walk down, I'd lost my mind. I was telling him, I know you're going to beat my ass, but I don't give a fuck. Do it, do it, do it. And then he just started cracking up. And he's like, you're the craziest white boy I've ever met. I've never even met somebody like this in Senegal. And I said, you're from Senegal? And he said, yeah, you know Senegal? I said, my mom speaks Wolof. VIP at every club in Florence for 4 years. Shout out Peace Corps. There's still people out there doing good. Not everything is fraud. Not everything is evil. Not everything has to be cynical. there are actually people that are doing good in the world, and we could spend a little more time celebrating them rather than hunting every negative story, trying to just tear each other down. I'm not saying let criminals get away with criminality. They need to be held accountable. But more energy to the positive. Good for you. I hope the Peace Corps is doing okay. I hope you guys are getting what you need and helping a lot of people. I know my mother did. You'd think I'm doing heavyweight by the way I'm now jerking it up because I'm fucking tired. Just 10 pounds. All form. Hold it. Woo! God damn, that was a great trap exercise. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. That's so cool. Trying to let myself rest for more than 4 seconds. Little discipline, boy. Thanks for the retweet, Aaron, as always. The retweets really help, guys, because it gets the views up. And you guys know me. I'm not going to quit. I'll do this forever just because I love it. But if we can really get some more views, especially later in the day, that's because most people aren't up like you guys. That's how we'll have a shot at making this thing bigger, better, more adventures and fun stuff. So now we're going to do some seated curls. Have a great, great night, Sean. It's awesome that you're in the Peace Corps, brother. All right, sitting curls. Again, let's focus on how my back is just straight. I can't sit this way because I need the space for the other dumbbell, but you'll see my chest is peacocked out the whole time. So let's start with 10 regulars. Because it's 3 sets, we're going to do all 3 of our variant curls. Really under control tempo, not focused on heavy weight, focused on form. And this is just about as good a form as I can do. And hold on 10. Next will be hammers. And then I think the hardest is normally reverse, which we'll do last. Can't believe it's already almost been an hour. Although my shoulders are not surprised. Hammers, so our palms stay parallel to each other. Hold on 10. The other advantage of sitting on these, both with the lats and with the curls, is you have no opportunity to use your hips to kind of lean forward on either exercise. You have to earn every single rep fully, which is not easy to do. Now what I'm really afraid of is our next exercise, because my triceps are still broken. We might do like, it's lying, dumbbell lined tricep extensions. FML, bruh. I'm gonna have to, I might have to grab the little purple 3-pound dumbbells, which I think are really for like walking on the treadmill. Because my triceps are toast. I mean, let's call it how it is. They're toast. But care. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Woo! I'll actually do it from this angle. So like I said, I'm terrified of doing these because my triceps are so burnt. So I'm going to make sure I don't strain myself. Literally using 6 pounds here. I feel like I'm an airport controller. That's better form right there. So that already proved using the lighter weight was helpful because this feels much more direct on the triceps and smoother. I'm getting full repetitions here. When I started, I had my hands together and it was kind of awkward. This is more of a straight up extension. A couple extra reps with the light weight, but it's already burning up. And we will go up to 5 pounders. Woo! 5 pounders next. But just to give our triceps an actual second, let's get 100 crunches in. You guys know me, I'm always going to get at least a couple hundred sit-ups every day. Just a matter of finding the right little spots to sneak them in. Oh, thanks for the repost. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. I can't tell you how motivating it is to hear someone in Aussie, Aussie, Aussie's watching. We just had someone in Vietnam watching. Unbelievable. Shout out Peace Corps. Shout out good people. Tell you one thing, Peace Corps volunteers ain't going for the money. They ain't going for the glory. They're going to actually do something good in the world. And that's not an indictment on the rest of us. It's purely credit to them, and it should be an inspiration to all of us that there is still real good in the world. And it comes from the most ordinary people. And they're the ones that deserve our attention. Not all the assholes. Not all of these assholes. The way we obsess over people of low substance is truly sad when there are people of great substance that have had real experiences out in the world that we can learn from. We've got to seek those people out. One of the great things living in Italy and being the only American in my workplace and my friend group was everybody spoke multiple languages, and I immediately was so humbled of kind of feeling like the dumbass of the group. When, to be honest, I always fancied myself as a smart man. And I really learned the right way that humility is a outcome from life experience, from intelligence, from an awareness of what you're not aware of, as much as that might seem like an oxymoron. But the smartest people know what they don't know. Is that Plato or Socrates? I feel like everything was Socrates, and then Plato just wrote it, or do I have them backwards? I think I got that right. I took a lot of philosophy classes. It'd be pretty embarrassing if I had those incorrect. Just notice with the form here, again, it looks so light, and it is, but my triceps are firing right now because I'm simply bending the elbow. I'm really under control, just handling the little 5-pound dumbbells, but coming all the way down deeply, despite being sore and getting the full extension up. One more. Oh, what a great pump we're getting to. It's a lot less chaotic than the workouts I was running myself, yet we're doing even more. We're isolating muscles strategically in a strategic sequence, meaning push, pull, shoulder trap, bicep, tricep, chest, back. We're really having a method to the madness now, thanks to Arnold's Pump Club. And really, this whole team are just such good people, so cool, so humble. Like Arnold's chief of staff is basically my trainer now. Like he's a beast, by the way. When I met him at Gold's Gym, this motherfucker's there barefoot doing a 415 pound deadlift. And he's like my size. If you saw us both in baggy clothes, you'd assume like we're probably doing about the same weight. No. He can do like 400% more than me. Frank looked relatively confused. I don't think he really understood how much weight was on the bar, but he did understand there was a lot, particularly when I reacted. He was like, what the fuck? All right, let's tighten up here on form. Let's get all the way deep, all the way up. Let's do 5 of those now. Come on. It's our last set on triceps. My God, they're so fucked in a good way. One more. Don't touch the bench, you asshole. There we go. Woo-wee! All right. Look at all the reposts. Thank you guys. I try not to constantly ask to subscribe, like, all that stuff, but there is a reason people always do it. It's not to annoy fans. It's to help get the sponsors and the business and all that stuff going. So again, if it's annoying, don't worry about it. But if it doesn't matter to you, I know who reposts. Trust me. And you'll get a follow from me. That's for damn sure. And if you ever repost my stuff and I don't follow you, you can call me out on it and I'll make sure I do. Because that's the least I can do. You guys support me, I support you. It's a reciprocal relationship. All right, we're gonna go into some cross cables. Apparently I talk like Nick Saban now. I knew some cross cables. I had a good lift so far. I'm gonna say this at the risk of just further antagonizing myself and seeming like a weirdo, kiss ass, whatever when it comes to work, but I'm so happy we're back in the office. I know it's different for everybody. So if you have kids and a wife and a great little family life to go home to, I totally get it if you wish the holidays went on forever. But for us single folk that live in solitude, the office is a place to interact and to see humans. And it's really good for the mentals. I mean, look at me. Do I look mentally sound? Come on. It's 2, 3. This is our last listed workout to finish the pump club for the day. Look at that. It's just about 1 hour. And remember, I did a 10, 15-minute run, which is not part of the official exercise. So under an hour for a great, great upper body pump. I mean, when I say pump, sometimes it sounds like you're just like getting a quick little pump and then you move on. No, I mean, a great workout exercise on the upper body that works all of your muscles in a tactical, complementary way. Now we're coming straight up and pushing straight down. This is going to get our lower part of our pec. In between sets, we got 100 sit-ups. Let's get to 200. Woo-wee! 36, 30, 30, 40, 40, 40, 40, 46, 48. I don't think I've ever had 13 likes on my live stream before 7:30 a.m. Shout out Iceman. Did I follow you? Let me make sure I follow you guys that retweeted me. Got 4 retweets from you legends. So we got Dan, Ozzy. Just followed you. Iceman. Just followed you. I see Frank follows you, but Frank follows like 1 million people. Obviously, my guy Aaron, needless to say, OG. Never forget the first time we met Aaron. First time Frank had someone come up to him and say, "You've inspired me to start walking." And Aaron told Frank how he was in congestive heart failure. And if you look at Aaron on Twitter, Instagram, he posts updates every day. He encourages all of Frank's army. He and Don are really the top lieutenants of Tank's Army, Fleming Enterprises, but particularly Tank's Army when it comes to the walking and exercising. If you ever put your story up, regardless, it doesn't have to be heroic. You don't have to be trying to lose 200 pounds. You could be trying to lose 5 pounds. Aaron will be there to support you and to put a light on you. And Tank's Army will have your back. But with the first time he introduced himself to Frank and said that, I have that video. I've posted it multiple times. But you can see the look on Frank's face of complete, almost disbelief. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to handle himself. He's almost like a dog that just like bit a pillow or something, and he's just looking straight ahead, trying to pretend like he doesn't know what's going on, which was actually very kind of adorable at the same time as funny. And then Aaron really made Frank kind of look at him as he thanked him and then gave him a hug and told him what he was doing was more than just helping himself and that he had saved Aaron's life. It was quite a moment. And Frank hugged him, and I've never seen Frank hug a stranger like that, ever, probably since either. And that was a big moment, Aaron. That whole rest of that day, that week, probably every day since, I've always encouraged Frank, especially in our darkest moments, how he's actually doing good in the world now. for whatever he's done that sucks, yelling about players, saying stupid shit. None of it matters compared to if you can actually affect people's lives. And I'll tell you something, he's never argued with me on that point. Never. He knows, he gets it. And you guys have brought so much joy into a life that was so full of darkness, especially before Barstool. Obviously, once Dave found Frank, his life drastically improved long before I was involved. Stu and Mikey Betts, the whole New York office, Big Cat, all those guys took great care of Frank. But now with the Frank Walk stuff, people like to give me credit. People forget about Mikey Betts way too often. But I also think the fans don't get enough credit. Because you guys could have been like, oh no, we want Frank the Tank to be the big monstrous guy that's hilarious. And instead, everybody got on board. Everybody said, let's go, Frank. We want to see you live long, Frank. We want to see you be healthy, Frank. We want to see you be happy, Frank. That's how I know the love is mutual of Tank's army and Tank himself. And days like yesterday when he has the 100-degree fever, and I demand that he doesn't come into the office and get me sick, yet he still goes out and gets his steps to keep that walk streak alive. It's because of you guys. I mean, it's Frank doing the work, but if you want to know what motivates him, if you want to know what makes him go for a walk when no one's watching, when he's sick and he's home, and he can easily just say he walked and whatever, it's you guys. He feels a debt. And he's right. He does owe a debt to you guys, as I do and as everybody else at Barstool does, for letting us live these lives that we live. And anyone that's not working hard, not just for Dave and the bosses, but for you guys, doesn't get it. And that's why I get so pissed at like professional athletes, not when they're hurt, but when they're lazy, when they come into camp out of shape, when they're doing load management, but they're like young and healthy. It's such a load of horse shit to me. You need to respect the people that put you in the position to succeed, because nobody just does it on their own. It's just not how the world works. Yeah, I appreciate it, Ethan. It is crazy. 2 years ago, that was Walk 100. It was my first week in the Barstool office. Frank and I were still sitting in the bullpen until my man Clemmer very nicely took me aside because I was being a dumbass. I was like doing calls, trying to set stuff up in the bullpen like I used to do in my sales days. And it was annoying the shit out of everyone. But Clemmer was the only one nice enough to actually take me aside and just let me know, rather than have me just continue to annoy everyone. Much better to let the person know so they can stop annoying you. And Frank and I have sat in the gambling cave ever since, where we can yell, laugh, cry, curse, do it all. Really nice burn on the chest here. One more going down. Woo-wee! Love it. Vagabonds believe the very best. Let's do one more set of bench because we're sickos. While we sing Lion King. Where is everybody? There's a calm for everyone if they only learn that the twisting kaleidoscope moves us all in turn. There's a rhyme and a reason to the wild outdoors. And the heart of this star-crossed Voyager beats in time with yours. It was almost time. Woo! You feel the love tonight, tonight, lay to rest. To make kings and vagabonds believe the very dance. Woo-wee! That was our last push. Of course, NJ Giants fan. By the way, your parents are lunatics for naming you that. But I'm a fan myself, man. I'm a fan myself. Like, when Roan walks by in the office and I talk to him for 5 minutes, he knows. I think of him more as somebody that I'm a fan of than a colleague, even though like we're literally colleagues and he's, totally friendly, always really nice to me, totally cool to me. He's fucking Roan. He's a bad motherfucker. I'm still just a fan, man. The second you lose that means your head's gotten too big and you forgot where you came from. I still get a fucking kick out of every conversation I have with Rico Bosco. One of the absolute funniest people I've ever met. And I used to just listen to pick him, It's fucking crazy. It's all thanks to you guys. You could have thrown me away, but you wanted me in. And here I am. Woo! Last thing. Last thing. We're actually going to make it the last thing. Big boy band, 80 pounder. I want to just rip some hammers and some reverse. Really nice pump today. Just to review, did about 10 minutes of yoga, 12 minutes of running. Then we did our bench press. We did our shoulder press. We did our lat lifts. We did our curl variation sitting. We did our lying tricep extensions. We did our cross cables. We did an extra set of about 18 on a 135 bench. I think if I'm warmed up properly, I could probably get 25. And then we a couple hundred sit-ups. Snuck those bad boys in. And now, getting one last monster pump on the arm. And hold. All right. Woo! Great workout today. Hard work, fast work, efficient work. But my God, do I feel it everywhere. I won't do it on stream because it's a little boring, but whenever I work the arms, traps, chest, shoulders really hard, I really like kind of wiggling it out. So I'll do some versions touching my toes, wiggling it out. It's really 3 primary posts that I like. The twist, which you guys are well aware of. Don't need to give a whole speech about that again. And then just sitting, you've seen me do this too. Circles. Concentric circles, both forward, big, small, medium, and then backward. What you're doing here is making sure everything is still mobile, loose, nothing strained, and you're just fully pumped up, which is exactly how I feel. So I'm going to get those stretches in. I hope you guys have a great Tuesday. Tomorrow will be lower body lift. We'll see how Frank feels today. And then Thursday, we're going to have a big chance for night yoga with another popular Barstool character. And by another, I don't mean another in addition to me. Another other than Frank, Stu, or one of the usual suspects you see with me. Not even Mikey Betts. But yeah, I need to get Mikey Betts to do yoga. All right, I'm on it. Love you guys. See you later.